this before the rain came like Deus ex machina, to save my life. And it's really true. It was important for me because this film was talking about war. And at that time, it was really the most important thing for me to try to do something to help to my people or to stop the war. How I was involved in Before the Rain. It was 1993, I think February, something like this, yeah. And I was in London. It was hard, difficult time for me and my family, my wife, and our little kid, Nina. I left Belgrade, 1992. I was, kind of dissident in my country because I was against all this, first against war, trying to stop the war in my country, and then I had to leave both sides, Croatia and Serbia. We came to London because a friend of mine, Anthony Andrews, whom I met in middle of 80s, working on one film together in Budapest. When he heard what's happening in former Yugoslavia about war, and he heard a little bit about my position, he said to me, you know what, you can stay in my house as long as you want. At that moment, I was without job. One young fellow called me and he said, I'm Milcho Manchevski. I'm film director, and I would like to, if you have time, to see you and to talk about my film. And he gave me the script, then I read once. After that, I immediately started to read again. I read again the script. Tomorrow, I called him and I said, yes, I like this script very much. And then we met again. And then he said, well, I must tell you that I wrote this part for you. And I said, how is it possible? We never met. And you lived in America for 12 years. And he said, yes, but Živojin Pavlović is my favorite film director. And Živojin Pavlović was really one of the most famous film directors in former Yugoslavia. And I made 5 films with him. I can identify in many ways with this character. And it seems, that at that time we were in the same position. Because as Alexander, at that time I was, between two people, my Croats and my friends. My father and mother, at that time, they were refugees in Belgrade because they are Serbs. My kids from my first marriage, they were in Zagreb. I couldn't go to see them. I couldn't go back to Belgrade. I couldn't go to Zagreb for more than 1 year. And same thing, like Alexander, I couldn't take a side between two people. I think everything in acting, especially in film acting, is coming from your own experience, from your life. And of course that I used all my experience in this film. It's really important for film. Because in theater, you can be, very fantastic actor without a lot of experience in your life, from your life. Because theater is more imagination theater is acting, film is living, and it's, film is life. Milcho rehearsed a lot at that time. I remember usually when I was shooting films, I never had such, huge preparations, because Macedonian language is not my language. Even I had in my ear. My native language is Croatian, but, I had to learn Macedonian lines. I remember that we had about 2 months preparation. For me, it's very important in acting. When you play some characters, who has something, some hobby or some profession, you must see how good he is. It can't be lie. And I remember that Milcho insisted that I must practice photography. And I started to learn. And I was really pretty good with this, very fast. And I love this. I recognized then that he was thinking about Western, Western hero. And camera was his gun. Scene in a taxi was one of the scenes I had with this beautiful actress, Catherine Caltridge, with whom later I became a very good friend. We used to see each other in London because I lived in London after that for nearly 10 years. It was always difficult to have a love scene with somebody with whom you become so good friend. It's always better, when you have a love scene with somebody, whom you don't know. We had a problem because Milcho wanted to catch it, in one shot. I remember how he got this shot in a glass of a car. That was pretty delicate, yeah.
Serious, Alex.
I'm serious.
I was really impressed how he was working. I didn't expect that he will be so good on a set. And I really enjoyed every moment working with him. I just remember this really good atmosphere what Milcho created around himself, how he worked with actors, with others, artists who were involved in this film. We really created fantastic relationships there with everybody. Everybody felt that this is going to be a good film. I knew a few of them. Of course, I knew this beautiful actress who played Hannah, and Meto Jovanovski, who is one of the best, not only Macedonian actors, he was one of the best Yugoslavian actors. So fantastic be in a same scene with such a great actor. But of course, in these scenes, there were a lot of political messages. But what is good in Before the Rain, that this message has never been so recognizable, so, how do I say, this transparent,
Ова е само пешадија. Уште политичари ни фалат.
Кај си сега профар?
Ќе се вратат идната недела, ќе ги закопаат мртвите и готова работа. Ај на здравје, војна. Сликај малку.
Зашто? И ти си луд.
When we started shooting, we started in Macedonia. And Macedonia is a special country. Warm, friendly, good food. Even we could feel this tension between Albanians and Macedonian people. But, still it was nice and peaceful at that time. Even all these bad things were happening in the rest of former Yugoslavia. It was difficult, of course. But somehow it was, for me, war paradise. At that moment, we were shooting film 1993. At that moment, we had 2 years experience, war experience, around us, So we were old warriors at that moment. I loved this bus scene from Before the Rain and remind me really when I was escaped from Sarajevo when war started. A friend of mine organized me to come to the bus. And I was standing, in the middle of this bus. It was crowded, a completely full bus. And then we escaped, and we were traveling from Sarajevo to Serbia. And you have one village Serbian, another village Muslim, And it changed, from a village to village. I remember this bus and this atmosphere. I was in real war. My favorite actually scene in a film is a scene when he is in a bed and when Hannah appeared, when he is dreaming, That's so fantastic how Milcho wrote this and how he shooted this. This special relationship, this special love.
Pomogni mi. Kako da je tvoja?
Milcho actually liked this idea that she's probably his daughter. I thought, well, if is it true, then I'll try to do this completely not important. If we push this, then somehow it'll be less powerful. It'll be what we expect from somebody who is father. Maybe she is my daughter, but who cares? I would do this even, I never met her mother. She's some young girl, innocent girl. I have to help.
Maco cię puka, Maco! Pukaj, be, bratuče, pukaj.
We can't say he's naive because he has a big experience. He was in wars, He saw a lot. He met death a few times. He was wounded too. And, but he didn't expect that moment that will happen, that his stupid relative is going to kill him. And even this guy who killed him, he was shocked what he did. He didn't want to do this, but something was stronger inside him that he can explain. But that's how it happened in this kind of war, in civil war, For me, the most important in Before the Rain is that everything what Milcho wanted to tell us, everything was told in such an easy way, such a gentle way, Nothing was, showing us, well, that's a danger, war will start, what. Everything was just like life. Everybody loved this film, you know. Milcho did such a not pathetic film about war. It's a warm film. I don't think that this is a film who will educate something when you are reading some beautiful poetry. Somehow, you don't think about messages, just feel written. You feel art. That's Before the Rain.